Okay, day 4, shingling. Here we are after it is done. I will tell you ahead of time that this was my least favorite part so far of this. I would highly recommend watching another video on shingles. That's what I did. There's plenty of them out there, some really good ones. It's not complicated, it's just difficult if you have to do it by yourself. So get some friends together, make this a lot easier on yourself. And this is what it looks like when you're done with this. Day 4 is finally here. We're going to put the OSB and shingles on there. So I created a little platform here to help us get these things up there. We have these I got from the Home Depot to be our roof cap vents. Got some 1 1/4 inch roofing nails that are all spiraled up like this, which was an occasion to buy a new tool. So I went to Harbor Freight, got one of these 15-degree guns. Got the supplies all in. Thanks for the help, Millie. We got 9 4x8 OSB sheets. I think they didn't say 5/8. They had some weird dimension on them, some 32nds, but close to 5/8. This is our shingles. The shingles, I did the math, so apparently 1 pack of these shingles is about the same square footage as a 4x8 sheet. I think it was 32 point something. All right, my beautiful wife and I together managed to get this 4x8 panel up here ourselves somehow miraculously, and just put a couple nails in the bottom to keep it in place in case we have to adjust it. We'll just be able to take 3 out. Now the next panel is 83, 86 3/4, something like that. I measured it on this one because we're going to cut a little bit off. So I've got this device that you can hook up to your circular saw and line it up on the edge and go right through. So much easier than a table saw if you're using one of these big sheets. Okay, we cut the edge off, and the edge that we cut we put on the outside so that the factory seams can line up and be nice and flush. So it was just under 8 feet. So in order to not have the same seam line up on this one, we're going to take the next 8-foot one and put it right in the middle, and then we'll fill in the sides. Slide my way, right? Yeah, we're going to move your way. Okay, all the pieces are out. Lessons learned. Super important to make sure you have the very first one level. My first one was not level, and you can see what kind of problems you're going to have. I had to rotate some of the top pieces at an angle to make them line up because the bottom ones were at an angle and would not line up with the rafters otherwise. But this side I did a much better job of that, and it's better. It's not nailed down at the top yet because I couldn't reach it, and this is a lot steeper than I thought it was going to be. So as you can see, there's some overlap on the edges from the wonkiness that I'll have to cut off to even that up. But yeah, to get up on this, I just did some Googling and found roof jacks. So I bought some of those at Lowe's just now, and that's what I'll be using to essentially put scaffolding like this up there on the roof, so I can climb up there, because it's steeper than it looks from down here. So now the next step is to put the drip edging around. So I'm going to start down at the corner and work my way across. Okay, we got our drip edge here and around to the corner and up as far as I can reach from here. My plan is now I'm going to put the felt stuff down on the bottom layer and work my way up to the top and see how those roof jacks work. Okay, we just measured the width of the roof and it was 187 inches. So we cut that end down there. And we're gonna hold that, babe. Hold that in too, then move. Okay, we have round one of tar paper on. A few more to go. Okay, here are my shingles. They are not the 3-tab, they're architectural shingles, so there's no gap between them, so I don't need a starter row. I'm just going to take this very first row and start on the edge. Okay, shingle number one is in place. As you can see, I've left just a little bit of overhang from the drip edge, a little bit of overhang on the side there as well. And I'm going to measure how far up this first one is, and I'm going to snap a chalk line all the way across so this row will be even, and then I will measure how far this overhang is to see how much higher each row is going to be. Measure those up along the edge on both sides, snap chalk lines, and as you can see, the paper's not done up here yet. I'm starting the shingles so that I can put those down there. Are the infamous things that are going to help me hopefully climb on the roof after I get this first level that I can reach with ladders done, and then I'll work my way all the way up. Okay, you may have noticed that the nails are too high in this one. They should be just above the parts that you're going to see, so yeah, do it like that instead. Alright, I'm starting in the morning again. I didn't get finished yesterday. I had some other stuff I had to do, but today I have to work by myself, so I have to snap lines across here. This is 5 5/8 inches is what the overlay is on these shingles. It's set on the back of the package. So 5 5/8 inch from the top of that is where the next one's going to start. So I had to snap a line all the way across to keep the rows straight, but doing it by myself, I had to put a nail in here where they're supposed to go, and then walk all the way, or climb up that ladder all the way on the other side to get this one up. Okay, my shingles have pretty good instructions on the package. It said to start on the left side though and work your way to the right, but I started on the right, so oops, I'm gonna have to do it backwards. So they say that you're supposed to cut off 6.5 inches from the left side, so we're going to cut it off on the right side. That way your pattern is going to be staggered like this instead of looking the whole way down. Okay, I measured and marked 6.5 inches on the top and on the bottom, and put the straight edge next to them. Used a utility knife to cut them, and I just learned that cutting them from the back is much easier to get it straight and cut through than the front where the rough shingle is. Okay, so we started with the full one, then we cut off 6.5 inches, and then we cut off 13 inches, and then we'll cut off an extra 6.5 inches till it goes all the way to the end, and then we'll just run full rows across, cut them off flush at the other end. Alright, I just nailed one of those on with 16 penny nails like they tell you to. About to nail the other one on. This is about 5.5 feet away. You can go up to as far as 8 feet, they say, but it's not I don't need it to go that long, so just use one of these guys. I think it's 3 or 3.5 inches long, because I'll be able to put one board here, one board on this side, and hopefully that'll be enough for me to do the whole thing. Okay, I got this side done to the same stage as the other side, while I had both ladders with the wood plank between them to use as some scaffolding to get up there. Now I cut the plank I was using as scaffolding in half and put them on 2 of these roof brackets, and I staged some of the shingles up there that I'm going to use, but first I have to cut another sheet of the tar paper and get that done on this side of the roof first. Okay, we got row 2 of tar paper up. Now I have about 5 inches of gap on this side, so I cut some 2-inch strips that I'm gonna put up here on the top so that we only have a 3-inch gap for our ridge vent. So we're gonna fill that gap in. Then we're gonna get a third roll strip of our tar paper here, and it should be a lot bigger than the gap we have left, but that's okay. We can overlap a bunch down here. We don't need to cut it. Alright, there's a bunch of great videos out there on how to shingle, and they would be much better for you than the lame instructions that I have given you or could give you. So watch some of those on how to shingle. There's several slightly different methods. They all will probably work really well. The only thing I can say is I was tempted to skip the chalk lines up there because it was a real pain to do that myself, but do not skip the chalk lines because they will make it incredibly easy and look so much better than having wavy out of line shingles. So this is essentially my 3rd full day of starting work here. I've done 2 full days and then 2 hours on one day, almost all by myself, and this is how far I've gotten. The side over here is completely done. I just have to finish up some rows of shingles here. The chalk lines are already marked out, and then the ridge caps are down there ready to go on top. Okay, here is the painful view from sitting on the very top of this thing, sitting on the ridge beam here. So we got both sides shingled now, and I just took this first piece of ridge vent and nailed it down in the places here where it has nail holes already ready for you. And I'm gonna get the next one, slide it in here, and keep going all the way down.